What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Comically Boston episode 35. Today's going to be a good one. Today we're talking Ant-Man spoilers. It is February 17th, 2023. It is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Debbie. You saint, you soul, you. She's probably not watching this because she hasn't seen it yet. She's going on Saturday, but I'll say it once and I'll say it once. And you better listen. Listen clearly. You know, ears open. Spoilers for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Big time spoilers. We're going to be talking the post-credit scenes. We're going to be talking about the movie. So if you haven't seen it, leave. Get the fuck out of here. Come back after you've seen it. But this movie is insane. Just some images that were already released beforehand. But, you know, you got Scott and Hope and Cassie going up against Kang. Right underneath that, you got Kang all aggressive. Then you got Kang slamming Ant-Man up against a wall, or you know, up against what would be the cage of a cell. You got Hank Pym picking up a gun and shooting people. You got Giant Man making an appearance. You got Janet Van Dyne being with Bill Murray's character, Mr. Krylar. You got this beam face looking dude next to him. You got the the brain guy. If you guys seen the movie, you know the guy with the telekinesis brain. Kang looking over his quantum realm, and Scott Lang with all of his multiple Scott Lang possibilities. These pictures are all of just Kang the Conqueror. And man, I think in the prediction video yesterday, I predicted that Scott was going to die. He doesn't die, thankfully. Nobody dies except for that guy with the beam head. He dies. And then obviously Kang, right, has his blue beams and he's shooting beams out of his hands, killing people. But he killed, you know, no main characters. I think he killed just a bunch of civilians that were in the way. But he did kill the fucking guy with the beam head. That guy died, which was kind of funny. But who's your favorite character in the movie? Comment below. I think my character that I loved the most was probably the red guy. I don't have any holes. And he goes, his name is Scott Lang, and he has 7 holes. And that was by far the funniest part to me, because he goes, 7 holes, and the movie pauses, right? And you just cut to Scott's face, and he's thinking about it. And as he's thinking about it, you're going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh yeah, 7 holes. And then, but as you do the number in your head, all of a sudden Scott's like, right, 7 holes, that checks out. No, I have no idea what you guys are doing. You don't have any holes? He's talking like the red goop guy. Drink the goop. They're screaming, they're all chanting, and it's really just to get them to drink this goop so that they can all understand the language that everyone else can, which I thought was clever, so that people aren't speaking different languages the whole movie. I thought that Ant-Man was very, very funny. I thought that the post-credit scenes were by far the craziest shit ever, and got me so hype for what's coming next in the future of the MCU and the future of Phase 5 and into Phase 6. This next 2 phases, and obviously the big bad is going to be Kang, but man, Jonathan Majors playing all these different variants of Kang is so amazing, and getting to see more of that in Loki Season 2 and more of Kang in this. You got to see Kang the Conqueror in this, and technically Kang's dead as far as these bastards in the post-credit scene say, right? So the post-credit scene cuts, and it's these 3 fuckers, right? So you see Kang on the left there in what looks to be a purple and silver Iron Man suit, maybe nanotech type of thing, but he looks like a maybe Iron Lad Superior, Kang Alpha Kang. Then there's this guy in the middle with the back to us. Then there's this golden pharaoh off to the right. And I believe that's Pharaoh Rama-Tut teased in Moon Knight. But Rama-Tut has his own voice. And then the gold technology Kang has his own voice. And then the guy in the middle has his own voice. I thought it was funny, though, this dude here with the power suit. He seemed very cocky and very you come here because I said to, you know, but I don't know who he is, but I would be very interested to find out. Langone, after the movie, dropped a very quick idea that sparked in my brain that was definitely clicked. And maybe this bastard could be the main villain in the Marvels movie coming up. That would be something. Cosmic battle of sorts. That would be insane. But you can see like that technology dude in like his closer shot of his face. He's like, got these pouty lips, and he's like, I wouldn't have told you to come if he wasn't, you know, like craziness. But then you get the shot of the three of them looking over this pit, right? And the guy in the middle, and you get a better view of Pharaoh Rama-Tut. But like the three different outfits, like Jonathan Majors must have had a fucking blast doing this. But you could see the guy that was in the middle is Immortus from the comics, but obviously in the comics he was some white guy. But Jonathan Majors as Kang, tremendous. So obviously make it Jonathan Majors, but he is the blue skin. But this guy, I think, is the key to a lot of things, right? Because even Rama-Tut bowed, right? You saw the other image of Rama-Tut bowing to Immortus' character. So why is he bowing, but the other technology version isn't? So I thought that was very interesting. But this Immortus here, right, in this other image, where he's in the middle and the other two are off to the right or left of him, I think he is obviously the elder of the three, and Immortus might be the one that's been He Who Remains this whole time, right? Because everyone, when Loki season 1 came out and He Who Remains was there, everyone was like, oh, he's got kind of robes like Immortus, maybe this is Immortus, and it ended up being He Who Remains. But He Who Remains is a Kang variant, or is He Who Remains this is my theory of what's happening with Kang and Ant-Man and Loki and all that. I think Immortus, right? So Immortus had like the blue face and the cloak and the robes, kind of like how the fake, right? The three guys that had the fake heads that Loki and Sylvie chopped off, and then the head rolls and goes, I'll see you soon. I think, right, that was supposed to be a tease, and that was a cover-up for He Who Remains. But what if He Who Remains is a cover-up, right? So what if he's a false and a fake himself, right? So Loki kills him. What if he's not really a variant per se himself, and he's just like a simulation that Immortus set up so that that's where Loki ends up, right? And I think maybe the guy that's in the second post-credit scene, Victor Timely, right, he very well could be, they could all just be variants of Kang and different Kangs. But I think this guy, Victor Timely here, the guy with the mustache and the hair and different voice as well, set in the 1900s, right? And they cut to Loki and Mobius. Mobius is like, you painted him to be this crazy villainous figure. I thought he was going to be menacing. And Loki's like, or he goes, I thought he was going to be terrifying. And Loki's like, he is, and that's the cut of it. And I was like, I think I predicted that Loki was going to be in the post-credit scene, but I think that might have just been talking with Langone. But, oh, I'm super excited for this one. But the sign that reads before you cut over says, Victor Timely and his astounding temporal marvels. Timely, marvels. Woo! Temporal meaning time, time marvel. Like, oh man, Victor Timely, right? So I think that's setting up season 2 of Loki. So we need a season 2 Loki update ASAP. Like yesterday we needed it. But this guy Victor Timely, I think, could either be like He Who Remains and could be a false. And the whole story of Loki season 2 is going to find out that this Victor Timely guy is a false, and then Immortus will be that big bad in that. So then you'll see Immortus in Loki season 2. You'll see the future Kang in, you know, that guy, whatever. I'm just calling him Future Kang because that's what Eric Voss called him. Shout out EA Voss. I wouldn't have half these images nor these information and understanding and the ability to talk about this stuff, and after the movie have a video to go to and you'd be like, dive in. So go to New Rockstars, follow EA Voss, follow his new channel, The Deep Dive. He's the guy, trust me. Like, if anyone's gonna tell you like to follow somebody, it should be me telling you to follow me. No, follow the people I follow, because I'm not explaining this nearly as well as anybody else is. I'm just giving you my theory and my thoughts on the movie. But my theory is that Immortus will be the big bad in Loki season 2, and you'll find out that this Victor Timely and that He Who Remains was a false the whole time. Or he'll be a variant of Loki, or of Kang, and Victor Timely will be a very big piece and key to Kang Dynasty, which is coming up in the next big Avengers movie, right? Like, so if this one more, just go back real quick, just to backtrack. From the first post-credit scene, they cut to the crowd shots of, you know, the arena that is going to be the Council of Kangs eventually, and they just teased it real quick, but it's all these different Jonathan Majors. Like, even just in this video, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 different Jonathan Majors takes of him just losing his mind and jumping up and down as all these Kang variants are getting portaled into this Kang stadium to all have this meeting about Kangs. But they're all excited to see each other, where the 3 main Kangs, right? Oh my god, it all gets better, right? So they called, those 3 Kangs got together, and what they're saying in the post-credit scene, they're like, so the exiled one has been dead. And if you remember from Loki, when he walks into the Citadel at the end of time, there's 4 statues, and one of them's broken. So the 3 statues could be Immortus, Rama-Tut in the technology Kang, and the 4th could be Kang the Conqueror. But all the other Kangs fear this Kang. So in Ant-Man, technically, as far as we know, Kang's dead. Right? But I don't think Kang's dead, man. I think Kang just got shrunk down into that ball and got teleported wherever he went. And eventually he'll come back and he'll be the big bad in Kang Dynasty. But in Kang Dynasty, right, he's going to be the one, I think, killing all of his variants and coming after these 3. And the only reason I think he'll win is because these guys banished him. So, like, they all fear this one Kang. Why is this one Kang so fearful? Because he's a conqueror. You know, like... But I think, you know, like I was saying, in the Marvels movie with Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau, that movie coming out, I believe, in July or sometime this summer, that movie will be very good, I think, and also have a Kang variant or some sort as the villain. Maybe there won't be, but hey, that's my theory now. And I think the Rama-Tut will maybe have to do with season 2 of Moon Knight, because we know that has to come, because that was amazing. And plus, it left you on a cliffhanger with Jake Lockley, and Oscar Isaac did such a good job in that too. If you're gonna have 2 actors, right, play variants of characters, right? So he's Moon Knight, but he's also Stephen Grant. He's also Jake Lockley, and he's also Mark Spector, right? So he's got 3 different personalities, but it's still Oscar Isaac, you know, right? So he has to play subtle differences to make you visually get that change, you know, like visually get a, you know, like understand that it's not the same person. Like, in all of, even the 3 main variants of Kang, and then even Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man, you're right, you had 4 different real variants of Kang, and you could really tell, like, the differences between the voices, and even Victor Timely, 5, you know, like, he's Jonathan Majors has to be having a field day, having so much fun with Marvel. And I'm really excited for him. I think it's going to be insane. And I love that, like, it looks like his nose right here, maybe it's just CGI, but it looks like maybe for one take, Jonathan Majors hopped in blue makeup, like, to get like an alien face in the one shot. Like, oh man, that was so crazy sitting in the theater. Like, the entire theater was silent waiting for it. That happened, everyone went nuts, and then everyone went silent again, right? So it cut, and then now we're waiting for the second post-credit scene through the rest of the credits at the end, and we're sitting there like, you know, we're all just ready to feast upon what we're being given. But this Immortus here, I think, is going to be very big indeed, and I think this Kang off to the left with the Rama-Tut is going to be big. And I'm very curious, because they didn't talk about it, Kang's scars down his face. Some of the variants have it, some of them don't. Rama-Tut has golden scars down his face. Immortus doesn't, neither does the future Kang over there on the right. So what's the deal with that? You know, like, I have very many questions. But we have Kang Dynasty coming soon, and I hope you guys are excited. Comment below, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the movie? What are your thoughts on where the MC is going? What are your thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? Comment below, let me know. Are you excited? Was this video good? Comment below. let me know down in the DMs on Twitter or Instagram what your thoughts are on the movie. At me on Twitter, DM me, do what you gotta do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell if you don't want to miss future videos. I got a Lego video coming out tomorrow for you guys, and I can't wait to see this movie again. So let me know what you guys think of it when you see it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.